Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that is absolutely crucial for anyone serious about their future: projecting your future income needs. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The future. That's so far away. Why worrying about it now? But trust me, understanding what you lines need down the road is the first step to building a life you truly love. Not just one you settle for. It's about turning those vague dreams of being comfortable or retiring early into a concrete, actionable plan. So, grab a notebook, because by the end of this video, you lines have a clear roadmap to figure out exactly how much income you need to fund your biggest life goals. First things first, let's get personal. What do you actually want your future to look like? This isn't about numbers just yet, it's about vision. Close your eyes for a second and imagine your ideal life in 10, 20, or even 30 years. Where are you living? Is it a cozy apartment in the city? A house in the suburbs with a big backyard? Or be even a cabin by a lake? What does your typical day look like? Are you working in a career you love, running your own business, traveling the world, or dedicating your time to hobbies and family? These aren't just daydreams. They're data points for your financial plan. Every element of this vision has a cost attached to it. That dream house, that's a mortgage or rent payment. Those travel plans, that requires a travel budget. Wanting to retire at 55 instead of 65. That means you need your investments to cover your living expenses for an extra decade. So, take some real time to write this down. Be specific. Don't just say travel more. Say, I want to take one international trip and 2 domestic trips every year. The more detailed your vision, the more accurate your financial projection will be. This is your why, the motivation that will keep you on track when things get tough. Alright, now that you have a vision, let's start attaching some numbers to it. We'll break this down into a few key categories. The biggest one for most people is housing. If you plan to own a home, research the median home prices in the area you want to live. Use an online mortgage calculator to estimate your monthly payment, but don't forget to add in property taxes, homeowners insurance, and a budget for maintenance and repairs. A good rule of thumb is to set aside about 1% of your home's value each year for upkeep. If you plan on renting, look up the current average rent for the type of place you envision. Next up, daily living expenses. This includes everything from groceries and utilities to your cell phone bill and transportation. A great way to estimate this is to track your current spending for a month or two. How much do you really spend on food, gas, and subscriptions? Now, think about how that might change. If you plan to have children, your grocery bill will go up. If you move from the city to the suburbs, your transportation costs might increase. Be realistic here. While you might hope to be more frugal in the future, it's safer to plan based on your current habits and adjust from there. Now for the fun stuff, your goals and dreams. This is where that vision we talked about comes back into play. Let's create a dream budget. Want to travel internationally every year? Research the cost of flights and accommodation for your dream destinations and calculate an annual budget. Planning to send your kids to college? Look up the projected future cost of tuition, and be prepared. It can be a shocking number, but it's better to know. Want to start a business? Think about the startup costs involved. Assign a dollar amount and a timeline to each of your major life goals. This turns them from fuzzy wishes into tangible financial targets. Okay, we've covered housing, daily life, and big dreams. But there's a silent financial factor we absolutely cannot ignore: inflation. $100 today will not buy you the same amount of stuff in 20 years. Inflation is like a slow leak in your financial boat. Over long periods, its effect is massive. Historically, the average inflation rate is around 3% per year. This means that if you need $60,000 a year to live comfortably today, you'll need significantly more in the future just to maintain the same standard of living. Let's do a quick example using the rule of 72, a simple way to estimate how long it takes for costs to double. You just divide 72 by the inflation rate. So, at 3% inflation, prices will roughly double every 24 years, 70 to divided by 3. This means that a lifestyle costing $5,000 per month today could cost $10,000 per month in 24 years. When you are projecting your future income needs, you must account for this. You can use an online inflation calculator to get a more precise number. Take your estimated annual expenses and project them forward to your target date, adjusted for an average inflation rate of 3%. This gives you a much more realistic picture of your future needs. So, let's put it all together. You have your estimated future annual costs for housing, daily living, and your big goals. You've also adjusted this total number for inflation. Let's call this your future lifestyle number. For example, let's say after doing all the math, you figure out you lines need $120,000 per year in today's dollars to live your ideal life in retirement. After adjusting for 25 years of 3% inflation, that number might be closer to $250,000 per year. That's the annual income your investments and other income sources will need to generate for you. Now, I know that number might seem huge and maybe even a little intimidating. But don't panic. The point isn't to scare you. It's to empower you. This number is your target. It's the North Star for all your financial decisions from this day forward. Once you know the target, you can work backward to figure out how to get there. How much do you need to be saving and investing each month? What kind of return do you need on your investments? This is where you can start talking to a financial advisor or using investment calculators to create a detailed investment strategy. This process transforms your financial life from reactive to proactive. Instead of just hoping you'll have enough, you're creating a concrete plan to ensure it. You can now make informed decisions about your career. Maybe you realize you need to negotiate a raise, develop a new skill to increase your earning potential, or start a side hustle to accelerate your savings. You can also evaluate your spending habits with more clarity. Is that daily expensive coffee really worth it if it's delaying your dream of buying a house by several years? This isn't a one-and-done exercise. Your goals will change. Life will happen. You should plan to revisit this projection every year or two, or whenever you have a major life event, like getting married, having a child, or changing careers. Think of it as recalibrating your financial GPS by regularly checking in with your long-term vision and adjusting your numbers. You ensure you're always on the right path to reaching your destination. The key is to start now. The power of compound interest means that the sooner you start saving and investing with a clear goal in mind, the less you'll have to save overall. To sum it up, start with your vision, quantify the costs, never forget inflation, and calculate your final target number. This process gives you incredible clarity and control over your financial destiny. It's the difference between drifting aimlessly and sailing directly towards the life you've always imagined. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this has been helpful and inspired you to take action. If you got value from this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future content on building wealth and living a better life. Let me know in the comments what your biggest long-term financial goal is. I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, keep planning and stay motivated.